Hey there guys, welcome back to Anthony Vlogs. We're at Anthony Vlogs. I'm here with Ray today.
Hi.
She's wearing my Daredevil hat, I see, so that's fun. So there was this thing that was on Twitter. It was called Get to Know Me, One Like, One Answer. And I started doing it on there, but I figured we'll do a video. That way you get some of your answers in there. I get some of mine. We'll just go through it. There you go.
Number one, explain your Twitter handle.
Wow, right off the bat. My Twitter handle is really easy. It's my name plus my favorite superhero, Anthony, Green Lantern, Anthony Lantern.
Mine's Ray Sketches, because I'm Ray and I like to sketch.
It's your brand.
It is my brand.
It's Ray Sketches. It's all in the name.
That's what everything you can find me under.
Good.
Yeah. Number two, who inspires you and why?
This is another one that was just on Twitter, but people that inspire me are passionate people. And this is going to be a short story. They're in the old 2003, I think, was Clone Wars cartoon that was done by the guys who did Samurai Jack and everything. In the special features, the guys who made it talked about how cool it was to tell the story of the Clone Wars and how they were essentially given free reign to be like, oh, what if this happened? And what if this? It's like they were told, like, okay, it has to lead up to episode 3, but do it your own way. Like, oh, well, General Grievous, here's what we know about him. Well, how about, Count Dooku trains him? And it's like, that was kind of their whole idea. And seeing that passion ever since I was young, and then to this day, passionate people are really what get me going. When you can tell, it's like, oh, they love what they're doing. That's awesome. Yeah. It makes me love what they're doing, too.
I don't know if I have, like, one answer. I've had, like, teachers that inspired me. Like, I had, Mr. Proper, who was my, he was my 6th and 8th grade art teacher who like really was like, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to be an artist. Yeah, he's probably like the one that has the biggest impact on me. But otherwise, it's just it depends on my mood who inspires me.
Right, I get you.
Yeah, I don't have one set person or type of person, but yeah, outside of Mr. Proper, he did a lot for me, and I'm not.
Shout out.
Yeah, Mr. Proper, I'm not drawing. Sorry. 3. Do you care what others think about you?
To a point, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't, but like the littlest thing will dig at me, and it's bad. I shouldn't let it happen, but it does, unfortunately.
I don't care so much about like what random people think about me. Like obviously I care about what you think about me, and
right, of course.
I care about what my mom and my sister think about me. But like just other people, I don't care. Your opinions don't matter to me.
There you
Not
go.
really. Unless you like think I'm awesome, then yeah. Number 4, what are you most looking forward to?
So this is a pretty vague question.
Yeah.
I mean, just continuing relationships with people. Like, I've got good friends right now, and I've got you.
Yay.
So I guess other than that, like, I don't know, Infinity War? Like, what kind of question is this?
I don't know. Most looking forward to.
The Royal Rumble in a week? Like, I don't know.
We got wrestling shows that we're
Yeah,
gonna
wrestling
see.
coming up. March?
In March, yeah. But otherwise, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm one of those people, I kind of, like, take life as it comes at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah. Number 5, what's the one life rule you follow?
Don't take everything so seriously. Just sort of realize what you are and how big the world is, and just sort of try to relax. I'm the kind of person, and not to knock certain people or anything, but I'm not the kind of person that's like, we gotta do this. It's like, because it's gonna get stuff done. I'd rather kind of take a step back and be like, okay, what does it do in the grand scheme of things? What's it really going to accomplish? What's this, that, and the other? So that's been kind of my thing, is just sort of, I don't know, get over yourself.
Yeah. Mine is something that was beaten into me since elementary school. Because in our morning announcements, we would go over the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really stuck with me, and I feel like more people need to realize, yes, treat others as you like to be treated.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Number 6, what is your dream job?
My dream job? This is another one I put on Twitter. Did you see it?
I did.
Okay, yeah, filmmaker or some sort of action figure man.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means. Like,
I like how you use action figure
historian on Twitter. Well, because I realized I don't know what that means. It's like when you watch like documentaries, you know, and like it says at the bottom like toaster historian. You're like, how the fuck did that guy get that job? Like, I want to be that. I want to be the guy in the documentaries that's like, well, you know, the DC superheroes line that was launched in this year. It's like, I want that. I want that job.
Yeah. Mine would, even though I do not draw as much as I should, I want to be a comic book artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Which fictional character do you wish you could meet?
Well, that's easy. I want to meet DG.
There's no point in asking you that.
You want to meet DG.
No, I date you. I don't need to.
DG stands for Dick Grayson.
Well, I'm gonna go off of, like, I don't even know, because I read too much.
Cameron Jarlin.
I'm sorry.
Hagrid?
No.
John McClane?
X-23, there we go.
Do you want to meet her?
I want to give her a hug. She's been through a lot.
Just be careful.
As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was very young, I wanted to be a train conductor.
I was one of those girls, like, counting off their hand of, like, everything they wanted to be, and I wanted to combine it into one job. I wanted to be a ballerina. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to go to space.
These are all basically the same thing.
Yes, ballerina is just like being an astronaut.
I mean, you know,
But
weightless.
ballerina was, like, the biggest one when
Okay.
I was a kid. So, yeah. If you were a cartoon character, who would you be?
DG!
Your answer doesn't change.
You'd be, what was that one cartoon from the 90s? It was the girl with the red hair and the glasses. Start with a D.
Darby?
Was that it?
Something like that. I know exactly who you're talking about, but
You'd be that.
probably. I hate everything.
Just a pessimistic, like, girl.
What skill would you like to master?
Well, I mean, I would like, I wish I could draw, to be honest. I really wish I could, because I have ideas in my head, and I would love to draw them, but then I put it in a paper, and I'm like, I just can't I can't tell my brain to do with my hand what I want to do.
That's funny, because actual artists have that problem, too.
It's frustrating, you know?
I don't know, does, like, a language count as a skill?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want it to, like, I would like to speak English fluently, and
I believe that.
Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Romanian. A lot of, like, those kind of languages.
With the consonants.
In what situation would you feel most out of place?
I feel out of place with people I'm not comfortable with. I know that sounds really vague and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, if I were at, say, a party with a bunch of people that were just not my type, like, super awkward, nerdy people, or, like, super jockey, typical high school people, I'm not comfortable in those situations. I am only comfortable in situations where, like, I can make whatever kind of joke I want, and people will either laugh or they'll make fun. It's kind of just it's sort of like a know your place sort of situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's just sort of like, okay, you play your part, I play my part.
Mm-hmm.
We're like a comedic sort of back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah. The one I've noticed once I hit drinking age, and the fact I occasionally drink, was when I still lived back in Maryland, and I would go out drinking with my sister, but it wouldn't be like the two of us. It would be her, like, basically I was just tagging along. Basically, whenever I'm just tagging along,
That sounds like a nightmare, to be honest.
yeah, like when my only connection is just this one person, and
Well,
they're
that
busy.
can be a bit awkward, especially when, like, you're using, like, that person meets someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, for example, you're at a convention and, like, I'm like, hey, look, it's so and so, and you're just like, I don't know anything. It's weird.
It's very isolating because
Yeah.
you're just like sitting there. It's like,
What do you do?
especially since I'm really introverted. It's like I didn't even want to come out in the first place. What artists do you really like but rarely admit to liking?
See, this was weird because I'm not, like, too closed off about the artists that I like. I feel like I give props when given props.
Yeah.
So I took this as, like, porn.
There is one artist
That wouldn't be Frank's answer.
that I really do like their work, but I don't like the couples that they always ship and everything. I'm not gonna put them out there. I follow them on Instagram, but I don't tell people that I like them.
Go check out Ray Sketches, who she follows on Instagram, and you'll find.
It's just like their art's not bad or anything. It's just like most of the couples they put out.
Give a vague example. What do they put together in one photo?
Steve Rogers and Tony Stark.
Okay, next question.
What gets you fired up?
So as far as, like, fired up in a good way, I would say just having a good time, everyone being on the same page. Like when you got a room laughing, it's great. It's like let's keep going, let's keep going.
Yeah.
In a bad way, I would say it's definitely like just people who are just so stupid.
Yeah.
So it's the little things, you know. I don't get mad at the big things because it's like, well, that's the world, and you're not going to change that. But it's the little things when I like this is super super stupid and it shouldn't get me angry. But like I'll see on Instagram, it'll be a picture of a really overdone,
top.
ridiculous, weird ass Spider-Man costume that looks like a nightmare. And they're like, wouldn't it be cool to see this?
Oh.
And it's got like the heart emoji and the emoji. And then everyone's like, oh my god, yes, perfect, cool. And you're like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Why don't they see Spider-Man the same way I do?
Yeah.
It's the little things.
What fires me up in a good way? Actually, when we were watching Butch Hartman's videos on YouTube, that got me fired up to like draw again. That like,
He was so into it and he was so positive about it.
Yeah, it made me want to draw again.
I really like, for those of you who don't know, Butch Hartman, he has a YouTube channel. The guy who made The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom and several other shows. He's got a really entertaining YouTube channel where he really speaks his mind, and it's really positive.
Yeah.
Like, he speaks his mind, but not, like, in a negative way. And he has a lot of good, like, drawing tips, and not, like, tips per se, but, like, for instance, he always draws with, like, a Sharpie or a marker.
Yeah.
And the reason he does is, like, it makes your drawing more permanent, so you have to really think about what you're doing and, like, get it right on the first try, which is brave.
Yeah. Let's see, what fires me up in a bad way? Ignorance. And I mean ignorance in the actual definition of the word of not knowing, aka stupid. Not ignorance as being rude, which is another pet peeve of mine is when people use the word ignorant to, like, describe rude. So, like, yeah, just ignorance in general fires me up. Don't talk about things that you don't know of.
Yeah.
Like, it's simple.
Don't pretend like you know anything.
Yeah, and don't, like, mess with the medical field if you don't know about it, because I will point it out. Like, those medical accuracies.
There you go. Don't watch Doctor Strange with this girl.
What annoys you the most about the fandom you're a part of?
When people treat the fandom like religion. Like, when they're, like, for example, I'm just throwing out a couple names here, but it's like, Batman can't do any wrong. Star Wars can't do anything wrong. Like, they treat it as if, like, if they don't love it, it's going to die or something. Like, if they don't criticize it, if they don't want it to get better, if they don't love it with every ounce of their being, something bad will happen. I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's super like, they'll lose the battle. I don't get it.
I have to agree, and it's kind of like, almost like, those people won't even, like, admit when something's bad.
Yeah.
And all, because, like, I love the Jurassic Park fandom, I guess I'm a part of, and, like, I can admit, like, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, that's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to admit that things aren't
But you
good.
still like them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another thing. It's just learning to accept the fact that it's like, you can like bad things.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, I understand, because I'm a big fan of both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows and G.I. Joe Retaliation. On the normal standards, probably not for everybody.
Yeah.
But if you like that kind of stuff, like I do, like I love classic Turtles, I love the Marvel Comics and cartoon G.I. Joe, for me it's good.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like everything they do is great and perfect, but you're also still allowed to like it, but as long as you're self-aware about it.
Yeah. Let's see here. I lost where I was. Okay. What do you do to get rid of stress?
What do I do? Oh, you said it earlier.
Yeah, you buy toys.
I buy toys. I do. They make me happy.
That's true, and it's not a bad thing, especially since it's not also like you buy toys and it's like, oh, we don't have money for you to buy toys. Like, you still do it responsibly.
I don't buy, like, hot toys and things like that. I buy a $20 figure here and there, and then it's good. You know,
Yeah.
I try to, you know, clean it off every now and then and sell some stuff off and trade some stuff in and whatever. So it's not like it's like we said the other day, I don't have anything like stashed away in storage. I don't have figures wrapped up in plastic tins, and it's like, okay, well, we're not going to be looking at those.
Yeah.
Like, everything I own is out and displayed.
Yep. I would say what gets rid of stress for me is reading, actually. Like, as typical as that is, reading really helps me a lot. Even drawing, too. Like, the stereotypical like ways to like relieve stress.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean it's simple to relieve stress really, and I gotta unlock my phone again. If you could relive one day of your life forever, which day would you choose?
This is a weird question because I think about this sometimes. Like when I go to a convention, for example, I think, God, that was such a fun day. I'd love to relive it if I could. But then there's a part of my brain that goes, okay, I bought certain items and I would want to make sure that I bought those again, and I'd have to make sure I purposely recreate every single moment where I bought every single item because I want them in my collection. Because I'd hate to be like, because for me, toy collecting is like a hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I finally got this item and now it's part of my collection. To wake up again and be like, I gotta do it again, like that's kind of a nightmare. So I wouldn't want to do anything where the variables are that easily changed.
Yeah.
So I'd want it to be where it's just the most basic but entertaining time. Like for me, watching like a wrestling event probably would be a lot of fun, or going to a wrestling event, something where it's like I don't have any, like I don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't do this or I forgot to do this. It's like just go and watch and enjoy.
Yeah, like a wrestling event. Also like when like a time going to an amusement park.
Yeah.
I don't know, like we also briefly discussed, I don't think like my day I would want to relive has happened yet either.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's why I'm like, very vague answer.
Yeah.
How quickly do you jump to conclusions about people?
What do you think? Do I jump to conclusions?
No, you're very like easygoing and like give everyone a chance to like prove themselves first.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends on my mood of the day.
It's true. I don't think you have a particular answer for yours, but I think I'm pretty good at giving people enough time to be like for example, you know, when the election was going on and people were like, down with Trump, he's a monster.
Yeah.
I was like, let's see what he does first. Now it's pretty clear that he's an idiot, but I mean, what else is new?
If you were a doll, what accessory would you be sold with? Accessories.
I'd be sold with like a hat and like a Green Lantern and like a little like action figure.
Mm-hmm. I would be sold with like a sketch pad.
Yeah.
Obviously
Cup
glasses.
of coffee.
Cup of coffee, yes. And then I would steal your doll's hat.
Yeah, that sounds alright. That's alright.
What have you done in life that has given you the most satisfaction?
For me, and on sort of like a not just like general happiness level, as far as like I feel like I accomplished something, it's definitely when I do the Spider-Man events. Like I've done like fundraisers, I've done hospital visits, I've done birthdays, and just the feeling you get where you're like, to the kid, you know, depending on how old or whoever,
Yeah.
in their world, they got to meet Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not doing it because I'm like, well, I'm Spider-Man. It's not like an ego thing.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that for that kid, for one day at least, he got to meet a superhero, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why. I don't know why my parents, I guess they just never felt the need to or whatever. And it's not like, this is not like wrong for them.
Mm-hmm.
They never did that for me. You know, I never got to, and Batman never came to my birthday party or whatever. Like, that was just never a thing. Not that once again, not that he needed to.
Right.
But I'm glad that I can do that for kids. So.
Right. I feel like mine's a bit more personal, but it's also like a bigger thing. I believe actually moving to Texas. I moved halfway across the country to where I have no family here. For now it's different, but you were like my only lifeline out here.
Right. Yeah.
And all like, and the fact that like I've been here for over 6 months now, and like I'm still making it. Like we have our own apartment now. Like everything, it's just going really good.
You have a job where you work from home.
I do have a job where I work from home.
Like you left the nest and you made it.
Yeah, yeah. What is the worst thing you can put in a piñata?
A monkey hiding in a piñata, hoping the kids don't break through with the stick. If you get that reference, then congratulations. If you don't, you're really confused. What's your answer?
A corpse. Oh. What is the biggest waste of money that you've seen?
CGI removing Henry Cavill's mustache in Justice League.
Yeah. What common misconception do you hate to hear repeated as a fact?
I feel like I had an answer to this before. I can't remember because I went like down a rabbit hole when I said it.
You did.
What was okay? You go ahead and give yours then.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I don't know. I mean, I guess that dentists are scary.
Right, because your mom works.
Yeah, my mom works at a dentist's office.
Yeah.
That or like that you think like your dentist wouldn't have snacks or like that they don't eat sugar, which is a lie. I've been in those break rooms. There's cake, there's candy everywhere.
Inside scoop.
Yes.
Common misconception that I hate is just, I guess.
Oh, I remember.
What did I say?
The 40-year-old hater in the basement.
Oh, okay, yeah. I hate the idea that haters are like these cave-dwelling trolls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just because someone dislikes something, like when fucking Ghostbusters comes out,
Mm-hmm.
the 2016, the trailer came out, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
And because there was a small selection of grumpy men that were like, you're disgracing the original, everyone gets labeled as a hater. If you're a man and you hated Ghostbusters 2016, now I feel people forgot the movie even came out.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, if you hated it, you're like, oh, you're just a hater, you're sexist, like all this stuff. I hate that stuff. I hate the idea that's like, oh, you don't like it, you're just being a hater. It's like, no, I don't like it. DC fans get that all the time. Like, oh, stop being a hater.
I was about to say, outside of the fact that instead of it, like, you're not being a hater, you're your own individual person with your own likes and opinions of things. And it's
so frustrating. I mean, to kind of give an example, there's like back when we did like our little vlog about Batman and Harley Quinn, the movie, I'd get people telling me, because in that video, I tell people, like, listen, I wouldn't recommend seeing this. Don't watch it. People were like, let people decide on their own. And that's what people say, like, Rotten Tomatoes. They're like, people should decide on their own. It's like, yes, but these reviewers are here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get reviewers in there to let us know that the movies we're seeing, then the movie won't make money, and we potentially shouldn't get bad movies anymore. Like, that's the basic idea.
Yeah.
In my video, when I say, probably don't see it, guys, it's not very good, don't watch it, I'm saying, if you've gotten this far in the video and you agree with my opinions, you probably won't like this movie then, so don't watch it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just a hater because I didn't give it a chance.
You're the biggest hater I know. Where is the best place to go meet awesome people?
Internet.
Yeah.
I met you on the internet.
That's true.
I met Kirk on the internet.
Yeah.
I met a lot of people on the internet.
I have a lot of internet
Frank,
friends too.
Sam, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. The internet, like,
Cody.
yeah. Like, because we're not in that age of, like, oh, beware the internet, there's like, pedophiles and things like that. Which, let me correct myself. There are, but, like, the internet is more, I don't know.
Pedophiles are in Hollywood. They left. They're not on the internet anymore.
That's true. That, and it's, like, it's really easy to spot them, unless
Yeah.
you're a mindless child that shouldn't be on the internet anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, the internet's a great place. I met a lot of my friends on the internet, and again, I met you on the internet, and look how well that worked out for us. What food do you crave the most?
Burgers, I guess. Mac and cheese. Pizza. All the shit. All the bad stuff. It's never liked steamed chicken and broccoli. It's like a protein meal for people who want to bulk up.
No, I always want, like, a burger, or when I get on, like, my Instagram, because, like, I follow, like, a bunch of things about food, but it's all, like, pastries, so every now and again, like, I want a pastry.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of pastry I want, I just want a pastry.
I make cookies a lot. Now that I have, like, access to an oven without people, like, judging me or, whatever, I make cookies.
I feel like you make cookies at least once a week.
I didn't make it this week.
Yeah, but you made some last week. You made them twice last week.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so you made up for it. What TV series do you keep coming back and rewatching?
The Office.
Yeah.
What do you watch?
The Office. Now that I know of it.
Before The Office.
Before The Office. I wouldn't really have TV series that I would rewatch. I would just watch a movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely The Office for me.
Yeah. Now it's The Office, but before. Among your friends, what are you best known for?
You're the grumpy one.
I know I'm the grumpy one.
You're the grumpy realistic one. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird for me to say.
You're the glue, the leader, cause like you're the one that makes the plans for when everyone hangs out.
I initiate.
Yeah, you do initiate. It's like, oh, let's all go see the movie. We're gonna go see it at this time. And then when we go to the movie and we're waiting to get into the theater, if the conversation kind of lulls, you're like, oh, we're gonna talk about this now. Like, yeah, you.
I brought everyone together. You know, I was Bruce Wayne. I went and got the Justice League members, and I was like, I bleed or something. I don't remember that movie too well.
I bleed.
But no, yeah, it's like I did it.
Yeah. Who of your friends is most like you?
Most like me.
Yeah.
Who?
Just friends, not brothers.
Yeah, just friends.
Skylar.
Skylar's more like me?
Yeah.
Skylar's more like me than Kirk is?
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of people that are here. Definitely Kirk. Sorry, Kirk. Sorry.
I feel like Skylar and I are very... It's close.
I mean, when you guys watch...
Skylar and I have spent a lot of time together.
I was about to say, when you guys watch movies, and I look over and you have the exact same reaction.
That happens. That happened multiple times.
Yes. So...
It's because we're the same.
Yeah, I guess most like you, that is definitely Kirk, because when you guys talk, it's just like, Jesus Christ, you're
There
the
are
same
times
person.
where we'll just say the same thing, and we're on separate sides of the globe, so, I
It's
mean...
even weird, because, like, you'll both do, like, an impression at the same time, too.
That's happened.
It's not even that you're, like, just saying the same thing. You're saying the same thing as, like, the same person you're impersonating.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Who's...
Who? You're not like anyone.
No.
You're pretty unique.
Yeah, and I don't have friends. What was the most traumatizing moment of your life?
Traumatizing? Fuck. I don't know. That's a sad question. Traumatizing. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
My life in general?
Jesus Christ.
What is the best lesson you've learned from a work of fiction?
A work of fiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough to be fearless, you have to overcome fear. Everyone has to overcome fear in their lives. Fear of taking the next step in their relationship, taking on more work, taking on challenges. The act of overcoming fear is something that we all have to do, and it takes a lot to get over it, and that's really impressive that we as beings do this every day.
Yeah. Trying to think what.
Guess where I learned that?
Batman.
No. I saw a quote, real quick while you think of your answer. I saw a quote on Instagram that was like, it was like from Batman, it's like, everything's impossible until someone does it. And people in the comments were like, oh my god, that's such a great quote. It's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There wasn't a thing until the thing happened. It's like, no shit. Everything's impossible until it happens. What the fuck kind of quote is that?
Yeah.
It's dumb. Anyways.
I guess the best lesson I learned from fiction would be, I don't know. I learn more things from life than I do fiction. Because, like, that's the thing I find more often than not when I, like, because, like, where I read more than just comics, novels, and even fan fiction a year ago. I don't read it anymore.
Right.
It's like, it's obvious that, like, the lesson that's put in there, it's something the author learned from their life, so it's like, nothing from fiction itself.
Good answer.
Water is thicker than blood.
Is that the quote?
No, it's no. I did it wrong on purpose. Family is who you choose, not who you're born to.
What's that from?
Alright, last question. What's something you'll never do again?
Something I'll never do again. See, it comes down to little things. Like, for example, just recently, I brought up a Facebook memory. It was me saying that Cookie Crisp is shit. It's one of those things. You ever have something where, like, you have something, it's bad, and then you go, well, let me try it again, because it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
Like, I have especially with Cookie Crisp specifically, because I remember liking it as a kid, and so that lingers in your brain.
Right.
And so it's like, it's been like 3 years since I've had Cookie Crisp, let me try again. And it's like, nope, still garbage. And so you kind of keep trying to remind yourself. I do that sometimes when I go to specific stores.
Right.
I'm like, don't go to that store. There's nothing there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Stop going in there. And then you're like, well, let me just check this one time. You're like, oh, big surprise, it sucked.
Yeah.
So that's the little things with me. It's like, don't eat Cookie Crisp. It's bad.
That's funny. I like Cookie Crisp.
When's the last time you had it?
Like a year ago?
Okay, just have real cookies. How about that?
I mean,
Put a fucking bowl of cookies.
make cookies again.
Oreos was better than Cookie Crisp.
I don't like that
Oreos?
one. The Gravity Group Set main event.
What a way to end the video.
I don't like heights, which is weird because I love roller coasters. I don't like walking across thin ropes. All that.
You wouldn't like walking a tightrope?
I really like that song though.
Alright guys, well that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it.
Yeah.
Tell us what your favorite tightrope is down in the comments below. And enter to win a prize to be found out at a later time. Thank you, Ray, for being on the channel.
Thank you.
I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, it was, it was a long commute to get here, but I'm glad to be here.
From the video?
Yeah.
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 Okay.